Hi everyone, and welcome to today's class. Today there is an energy which could lead to the tendency to exaggerate. So anything that is like drama or anything that's impulsive or a little bit over emotional, yes, just try to take it slow and to also observe and listen to yourself so you're not part of the game. And the most important thing, of course, is to not do anything which is against your convictions or values, because you may regret it afterwards. So just take it relaxed, slow, and be very much aware of what you do, what you say, and what you think. Okay, so let's see what this means for our physical body. Let's see what the guides have in store for us today. Very curious. Okay, so little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, little fingers in line with your shoulders, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line. Then you think the sit bones together, and it's like a fountain through your upper body coming out of your head, so it's like a continuous flow. And of course we've got the ribs together, navel towards the spine, and knees and elbows are relaxed. And we start as always with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. So we've got the arms hanging loosely by our sides, shoulder blades parallel. And now just turning palms facing the front, little fingers towards the thumbs, everything's long, ribs together, and here we go. So really thinking long. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still with a layer of wool because, again, we had minus something. 1st of April. Well, okay, right, so one more time, little fingers towards the thumbs, ribs together, everything's long, lengthening, ribs together, and release. Okay, so the other way around, palms facing the back. Make sure you're not trying to make your arms go like this and then everything's tense. It's just having your arms loosely hanging by your sides, yeah? And then you just do what you can. This is always good enough. It's not about doing things as I do them. Thumbs towards the fingers, little fingers. It is about feeling. And then you've got the change in your body. It's not that you have the change when you do it as I do it, and then you think, oh my God, can't do that. If you are you, yeah, you may be better. Yeah, but I'm just trying, no judgment, please, right? It's all about thinking. Visualization, and then feeling, which is the response of your body. So one more time, thumbs towards your little fingers. All the fingers are long because the energy is flowing through and everything is like up, lengthening, and releasing. Okay, now to the end of the mat. With that same muscle coordination, and just lower, just go down here. Relax. Okay, so you're not expected to do this. You can bend your legs, you can put some yoga blocks or books underneath, also a little chair, something like that. Yeah, and then you just, from here, or here, wherever you are, you lengthen your back, sit bones to your head, and release. Breathe in, and on the out breath, lengthening, up and release. It's always thinking the fountain. Yeah, I'm trying to do that a little bit more so you can see it, but please just go for the feeling. Don't push it, yes, and just have the
blood flowing back. We're now repeating it, but the important thing is the turn of the upper body, which is indicated by the arm, and we're looking at the middle finger floating up and down. Yeah, so it's important. You start as you have been before, fine. It's important to not overtake, lengthening your arm. So really have your eyes fixated on that finger. And lengthening. And lengthening. And down. Now make sure continuously lengthen before you turn, and you really, like, lengthening until here, you really see your finger all the time. This is also, or there is a similar exercise in my eye training. And release. Okay, just have the blood flowing down, flowing back. Okay, now we're doing the stability exercise, invented by the guides, I don't know when. Don't remember, I can only say yes, the stability is not only in your body, for your lower back and your hips, it's also in your life, because all is one, and that's that's the laws of the universe. So let's see, you start the same way. The only important thing is that your supporting legs heel needs to be on the floor. So don't do anything like this and then have the leg here. Yeah, this needs to be on the floor. Okay, so let's see where we get to. The upper leg is bent and the other leg can be anything, you know, as you had before. Same position, hips parallel to the floor, and then the energy goes through your head, meaning through the upper body, which is the majority, and a little bit through your leg. And if you notice that your thought and your visualization does not make any more difference, like creating space, then you change your legs. So keep lengthening, everything's long upper body, and elbows close, pointing towards you, not outside, because that would create tension in your shoulder joints. Okay? Now you just repeat the same thing, or you think a little longer, or they surely make me do this a little dynamic now because of my contractions, which are slowly going, but sometimes I'm thinking very slowly. So, okay, so from here, wherever you are, you can lengthen a little bit more. Make sure you're not turning, twisting your hip, but lengthening the legs. And then, I don't know how many, 3 they say, okay. I'm doing it in a dynamic way. Make sure you visualize the center line that we have been thinking about at the beginning, and your upper body, sides of your body are the parallel lines to the center line. One more. So I think we've done 4 now, but anyway, you follow your intuition, not mine in this case, right? Okay, so other leg, lengthening, just taking it easy. I don't know how early it is where you are. Here certainly it's quite early, because I'm here before the classes start. Lengthen. One more. And release. Wow, let's check in with the body. Let's see how it is. Okay. Little back massage, gentle. And lengthening, maybe stretching. Feel if there's any weird feeling or tension or pain. Yeah, also. Maybe you want to give your legs a shake. Oh yeah, tension. Or you can also do that together, which is a Chinese exercise. Also, you know, do that in your abs. Really good. Now, three-dimensional with your hands. And my favorite, and the kids' favorite, is always head down and then just rolling a little bit. Okay, so here we go. What do we start with? Okay, wow. Sideways push-ups, okay. Let's see. So, the shoulders in line with the hips and heels. I am embracing the upper shoulder blade and then placing my hand so that my elbows energy goes into that direction, not here, because obviously that would not be great for my shoulder. So you can put something underneath here, also here. And then it's not about coming up, it's about lengthening. See that from the sit bone's head, and then describing a circle and going down. Okay, now again, up and lower, and again. Okay, how many are we doing? 3 more, so that makes 6, okay? Make sure that you don't go too fast, actually a little slower than I am doing it now would be great. So you could really lengthen. Yeah, notice if you are creating the longest possible circle, it really abs. And now from here, lengthen, think through your head, so that the part of the semicircle lowering is even bigger in your thoughts. Okay, now we're changing the position. My middle finger is in line with the ear. Could put something underneath, and hips and heels, and it's a little flex because energy through your heels, elbow in contact with your body, or for obvious reasons that we just talked about. So lengthening, and you're thinking from your hip in my case, if your thighs are a little wider than you think from your thighs, and you really think lengthening here also, and also the underneath leg. So it's not like all the weight is on your lower leg, right? So it's not about lifting. See, that would be lifting. It's about lengthening. See the difference? Now the entire body has to work. As always. Okay, so this was twice. Now again, parallel, lengthening, and think lots of energy through your upper body so you can turn your leg. The entire leg, yes? So there's nothing about the knee is just floating in between. Think long. And it will also make a difference in your inner thigh. You won't notice it very much, but over time, lengthening, this is an amazing exercise for reaffirming your inner thighs. Lengthening, and it's all about because you're lengthening your leg. And release. Okay, so lengthening. Curious about the next one. I don't know about the other leg, so take this one as a reference. You take your close. You don't have to lift the leg as much. Yeah, you can do it even smaller. Just go here, and then you lengthen, and you lengthen the upper body and the leg while you are lowering. Just keep lengthening. And lengthening. And we're doing 3, the guides say. So I have no idea if I can do that on the other side, but take this one as a reference, please. And lengthen. And lengthening. Okay, now we do a hip stretch to come up, which means bending the lower leg and the foot comes underneath the knee. Now lengthening here, and it's like a big circle coming up and then coming over both sit bones. And this is weird because this is relaxed now. Okay, so in between there's the stretch. Yeah, I'm sure you could feel it, and it's important to be above the two sit bones and then lengthening. Okay, other side. Again, the shoulders in line with the hips and heels, embracing the upper shoulder blade, and you're putting your hand here. Now from here, lengthen and coming up. And as you can see, I have a lot more strength here on this side. So don't worry or be surprised if that's the case. The two sides can be very different. The important thing is to always see how you can lengthen and how you can take everything slower to get more strength from the center. And lengthening. Sit bones navel, and then we do 3 more. Remember, if you're new here, to do 1 or 2 could be totally enough. And if you can't get up, don't worry, you think long and you'll be surprised how fast you get up. Because those exercises that we're doing, just watch, make sure that you're in line, are simple, but they're not easy at all. And lengthening and lowering. Okay, now the change of position, middle finger, and just seeing everything's in line. And then here. And remember, you can put something underneath if you like. A little towel, blanket, anything. Okay, lengthening the leg, making sure the entire body is is active in the movement. Lengthening, lengthening, navel in. Yeah, always check and release. Check if your inner picture and the feeling are right. Lengthen and then just lengthen more so you can easily turn your leg in your hip and release. Breathe in and lengthening and turning. Keep lengthening. Keep lengthening. Yeah, are the heels in line? Also important criteria. Okay, and then relaxing, lengthening the feet. Okay, so in case, I don't know, I just be very careful now. Yeah, this is painful. Lengthening. This leg was normally a lot higher, but I don't dare to do that. So, you know, if you are recuperating from something, rehabilitation, lengthening, there are differences, yeah? This leg is a lot back, more back, but anyway, let's see where I get to. Lengthening and lengthening. Well, it's a great success to be able to do 3, so that's fine. Now bending in, your foot comes underneath the knee, you lengthen your upper body, totally lengthening, coming up, big circle, and here we are. Wow, yeah. It's a lot better. Okay, so relaxing. Please remember, if you have something like that and you want to know something more, you need more information, I'm totally open for that. I'm here to help, right? And I really would like to do that. Okay, so another one for these hips is the next one. This is also a great exercise if you are unhappy because you have cellulitis. This is actually kills it, but it does, and it doesn't matter how old you are, yeah, and for how long you had, it doesn't matter. Okay, so both legs are bent, and the idea is to lengthen and to take this side forward and to sink the back, the leg back. So it's like one movement and the other movement, but through the legs you can do that. If you can't do it, it's because we need to first prepare more length from the inside. And this is an exercise that's very much working from the inside, opening the hips and helping with lower back, hips. We know that topic. Okay, so you think sit bones together and then it's coming through your upper body. So one more time, lengthening and lowering. And one more time, lengthening. So it's all about the fountain, yeah? And then, you know, it doesn't matter if the leg does not come up because the work is inside the body. So at some point it will come up anyway, but it's not important because the importance is the work that we do inside and the length there. So from here, hip bone in one line with your toe, same thing, upper body, leg to the other side. So it's lengthening. Energy, energy. And of course, most energy through your upper body. And my elbows bend. It's not lifting it, yeah? That's contracting. We want to lengthen it. So it's impossible to lift the leg almost, yeah? Because we're doing this. Very much strengthening. So now here, now you should be able to do it. Lengthening, both sides, parallel, like when we were standing, same thing. And lengthening. I always do 4. Make sure that you've got your ribs together, navel in. One more. Energy through the head, there's nothing here. Okay. So now I just take my arm, and as I did it before, I'm coming up, and there is this hip stretch, lengthening, making sure that you're sitting on top of your sit bone, so nothing like this, yeah. Sometimes that feels very, very good, like very stretched, but make sure that you're on top of your sit bones. Okay, again, both legs bend. Lengthening, lengthening, this side comes forward, the other one back, and lengthen, and lower. One more time, lengthening, and lower. And one more time, lengthening, and really think backwards, yes, and make sure that you don't have your legs too bent in, so you don't feel comfortable. Now from the hip bone to your toe, and it's turned in. When you're coming up, it's not lengthening. So you can see here, yeah, comparing both sides, this is a lot easier because there I don't have these energies pulling in, which is the contraction. We're always going for energies out, okay? And when we have something like that, like a contraction, it wants to come in. So 3 lines, and here we go. And lengthening, and lower. One more time. Lengthening. Good, and last one. Lengthen. Okay, now I'm just indicating the circle, or part of the circle that I'm doing. Lengthening. Yeah. Okay, here's the tension. Yeah, there is some tension still. Anyway, and relax. Good. Oh wow. Intense work here. Make sure when you notice that you always massage a little bit. Yeah, that's what Chinese medicine teaches us. If there is something that's cramping, always try to loosen up. Try to relax it. Okay, so what's next? Okay. Working out is not like pushing all the time. It's about a conversation with your body, and that will reshape it and will change the game totally, right? Okay, so little toes in line with your hips almost aligned, and you take your hands behind your neck, and what we first do, they say, is the technique of the abs. So from your sit bones, you just lengthen the entire back, coming up, also lengthening here. So it's not about coming up as much as you can, it's about lengthening as much as you can. And then if you feel a little tension in your neck, upper back, you can just push with your head against your hands. Okay, so one more time, lengthening, coming up, and lengthen to come down. Okay, so what do they want from me now? Lengthening, coming up, okay, and here. Okay, take your legs up, right. Do that and take them up, and you don't have to be able to stretch them from the sit bones to the heels. I've got one line now, and when I'm bending my legs here, I've also got one line, so that's perfect. Yeah, whatever. You just think this line, and at some point your legs will be there, right? Okay, so no problem. That's what we need. Navel in, legs out there, energy through the head, through the toes, and release. So that's our basis from which we start now. So, sit bones head, coming up, biggest possible circle, now lengthening the legs. And first what we do is reaffirmations of the upper thighs again. So, you just separate your big toes while you keep your heels together. And of course you keep lengthening and this goes in. So it's all long and relaxed. Just lengthening and lengthening. You don't have to do that forever. Sometimes I'm just forgetting the time, because if you just let the energy flow through, it's just working itself out. Okay, so one more time, but you can always take a break and start anew. When you're new, do that. Do like one and then stop. Okay, and again. So now, sit bones heels gives me a little bit of space here underneath, so I can turn my hips, but my hips are parallel to the floor. So it's just navel in and turning here. And lengthening, and lengthening, and lengthening, lengthening, and release. Okay, good. So what else do they say? Lengthening, coming up. Okay, legs up. From here, or wherever you are, no problem, it's now lengthening the leg, lowering, which is very easy, but then lengthening through your upper body and lengthening the leg, so it's like this to come up. Yeah, lowest point would be from your sit bone to your heel, one line, which is just above the floor, and then coming up. So don't exaggerate, that's the topic of the day. Make sure that you just get to a point where you can still lengthen your upper body to get the leg up again. Okay, so here we go. They say we're doing 8. Okay, so make sure that your little toe is in line with your hip or muscle line, and then if you go as low as I just did, then you've got your sit bone and heel in line. So you're going from the center line where your legs are up at 90, you're going up again here. And what you also could do, if you need a little bit more flexibility, you could lengthen the other leg as well, and then come back and lengthen. Just make sure that both are on their way in alignment. And of course you could also then lengthen a bit more, help yourself with the arm. Yeah, I just always do a little bit of, a little bit more dynamic, which is not really lengthening, stretching, but that's a bit loosening, and that's what I need with for my contractions. Yes, so normally it should be calm, but of course you've got to adapt to what you need in your personal case. Just relax, and then they just say they want some push-ups to finish. So I'll do first of all the latest version, then the one for the gentleman, and then we've got a little variation for gentlemen who are not challenged, not feeling challenged. So ladies, please gentlemen, it's the same technical instructions for you in just a little different position, which is the plank one. So from here, elbows are closed, and I'm just relaxing my elbows, and I'm not going low. The interesting thing is sit bones head lengthening. So this keeps my shape, this diagonal, and it keeps my neck long. It's nothing like this, right? Always happens. And I'm interested in as much energy, as much strength from the core as possible, right? So take it as slow as you can, as slowly as you can. And now, ladies, please don't copy me. Yeah, this is the spaghetti version. Okay, so little toes and little hands, little fingers in line, little relaxation, and just here, lengthening. Now, there's a lot of strength in my center. Sit bones, navel going through my head. Yeah, so this fountain thing is really strong and keeps it flowing. And that's also the thing that we're now doing with the challenge. Well, it's not, it's relaxed. You've got the majority of the energy coming through the fountain, and then a little bit through one of the heels, which keeps the leg in line. Yeah, and you can do, of course, all sorts of variations. Up, here, yeah, going to the side a little bit. Just make sure it's flowing. Good. Yeah, the guides are content, so this means you just do whatever you need to finish the class. Okay, and it's also time for me to say thank you that you participated in today's class, and of course please subscribe to the channel, and when you're interested in the energetic weather forecasts by the guides weekly, then you can subscribe to Heike Bartels, and there is a daily dose from them on Instagram at Heike Dance. So thank you very, very much, and let's spread the love and rebuild this world with love, peace, happiness and health. Lots and lots of love, and I see you for the next workout.